Hi, everybody. It's Rod, Ron, and Mindy coming at you with this week's NFL Week 8 action. We're going to go through the games in groups and blocks like we normally do on the morning show, and we'll give you a lean or a pick in that section of games. All right. As we know, we'll get right to these games. Hey, Ron, how's it going today? How do you feeling?
I'm good. How y'all doing today? It's week 8. Wow, I'm almost halfway through the NFL season. Just amazing, right? So, yeah, let's get some.
How you doing, Mindy?
Good. I like it when we get to some conference action. It's like my favorite time. We get to play what? The Raiders at home, Raiders on the road. I love that kind of stuff.
Right? You get some good battles, some conference battles, some divisional battles going this week. So definitely some interesting lines. So let's get into it. I think we've all been hot in the NFL, so let's continue to get these winners. Let's kick it off. Week 8 action. We'll start off with Philadelphia taking on the Bengals. The line's 2.5 in favor of the Bengals. Total 48. We'll look at Arizona taking on Miami. 2 is supposed to be back for that one. And then we're Jets taking on New England. That line's at 7. In that one, Miami favored by 3.5 in that one. I'll head over to Ron. What do you think of those 3, Ron?
Yeah, the only one I could look at right now is the Jets at New England. New England just got no offense to handle this Jets attack. And I know the Jets have been a little lackluster the last couple of weeks, but I think this is a get-right spot, and I think the Jets just hammer them. They just like they did at the at MetLife back in a couple or weeks ago. So I look for the Jets in this one, and then I got to go with Arizona, man. They're on a run. You're giving me the hook. I'm taking it every time on those road favorites, or excuse me, road dogs. Give me the plus 3.5 with Arizona there.
And what do you think about those 3 there, Mindy?
Yeah, it's one of those that I'm kind of like Ron. Like, if the Jets don't do it, I'm like calling it good. I'm going to call it good on them. I mean, this is the Jets spot for sure. I mean, I used to always think of this New England team being this really good defensive core. But I feel like they've kind of lost it. They've lost all those good things about the Patriots that reminds me of them anyway. And I feel like the Jets here, they just have way too much talent for a team. I know people are already talking about Mayo's head. I still don't like it. I mean, it's just his first year. I mean, give him a little bit of a break here. But I think the Jets should roll definitely. And then the other one I'm kind of interested in looking at is this Bengals-Eagles game. That's for sure. Should be a good one. I think it comes down to Joe Burrow versus Saquon Barkley. That's kind of the name of the game here. I mean, look, Joe Burrow, 14 touchdowns this season. He's been unstoppable. It's that defense, though, that's leaky. Then you got Saquon right there, 5 touchdowns. I think he's getting hot. He's starting to roll this season. And also, again, I talk about those yards after catch that Cincinnati's given up. It's like 801. It is a mess, that's for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Eagles on the road here. If you look at them, 4-2 away. I like teams that kind of like to win the money there too. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Eagles.
And for me, in these 3 here in this time slot, I'm the Jets. You got to lay 7 with the Jets. That's the scary part. You lay 7 with the Jets.
That's scary.
It is a very proposition. Especially, it's just one of those things. It's the Jets.
Yeah.
They just bungle it up for some reason. It looks like they have a nice clear path to get there. And why does this seem like they do something late? They throw an interception and then they blow it. But for me, it is. This has got to be the Jets spot to get the win and win by 10 plus here in this one. Injury wise, it's like you look at the Patriots offensively. They're pretty beat up, dealing with plenty injuries, not getting any healthier for this week. And so the Jets offense, they're looking at it's at a 90 on the sick report, while the New England offense is at 72. So it's such a big mismatch there. I think that this is the week that the Jets finally get over that hump. They have beat the Patriots the last 2 meetings head to head and would have covered that 7 in those 2 most recent meetings head to head. So I think this is it. I'm going to go ahead and lay it with the Jets there in that one. I think it's just because New England's beat up pretty good.
Consensus.
If New England was just a little bit healthier, I think I would be on New England in that one. And then the other one, I like the over, Philadelphia and Cincinnati. I think not a whole lot of defense is going to be played in that one. I know they do have some solid defenses, but I think it's the Burrow and Philly show in that one. Philadelphia is definitely healthy again, and looking like Baltimore. All their numbers say go go go. It's watch out for the Eagles. I think they start to roll, but it's just that spot. I think it's Cincinnati. They're not going to go quietly in the night and go without a fight. So I think Burrow fights back in that one and keeps it close. I want to take the Bengals there in that one, but I think the Eagles just health wise, but they're just a little bit healthy. That offensive line for Burrow. Again, I think every year Burrow's always dealing with a bad offensive line and having to run for his life on many occasions in this one. So I think I got to lean with the Eagles to get the job done there.
Yeah, you would think the coaching staff would adjust at one point, right? I mean, we've always talked about this. That's why he's always had the injuries. That offensive line can't protect him.
Because you always get rocked, right? You can only take so many of those before they catch up with you, right? So I like the over, as I said. 48 points, I think it's too light. I think we easily get it at the 50 there. Take the over. I think both teams score enough to get us over that total. See? Dogs taking Philadelphia. All right, on to the next.
Dogs are barking.
Always, yeah. There's nothing wrong with the dogs are barking.
Right,
Nothing wrong with that, right? On to the next one. Here, official line here. Atlanta taking on Tampa Bay. Atlanta favored -2.5 in that one. Tennessee heading into Detroit. Detroit favored -11.5 in that one. Total 45. Green Bay taking on Jacksonville. Heading into Jacksonville. Green Bay favored -4 in that one. Total 49.5. What do you think there, Ron?
Yeah, if you look at all the teams that have come back from London or / Europe, they're losing when they get back. And I know that Jacksonville was there 2 weeks, but they're coming home. Everybody comes home is going to lose. So I love the Packers in that one. That Jags have no defense at all to speak of, and look for the Packers to run that one up. I think the line's very telling, -4.5 there. Tennessee. Oh, I hate you so much. God, they have no offense, number one, to speak of. And that's a problem there. But man, they fall into a category that is just unbelievable this year. And that's home favorites that are laying more than 6 points or 3-15-1 this year. Only way to look here is the Tennessee Titans. It's an interconference dog on the road, and they're getting double digits. Man, I wouldn't do it, but the only way to look would be Tennessee for that one. And Atlanta, this is a revenge spot for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I know everybody's going to be against them. They got so many injuries going on, but I think Tampa takes care of business. They lost that overtime game in Atlanta a couple of weeks ago on Thursday night. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in that one.
And what do you think of these three there, Mindy?
I think we have this matchup again that I lost the first time because I loved Baker Mayfield in that spot versus Atlanta. But now I think I'm going to go for the Atlanta sweep. I'll be a little bit opposite. Like you said, I'll be one of those that are going to be on them to go ahead and win. I just feel like once we lose Godwin, once we're probably out with Evans, man, that team is different dimensionally, right? I mean, you're going to have to go to short game, short passing yards. You're going to look to your tight ends. And I think when it comes to defense, you can really key in on that. So I'm going to go ahead and give the advantage here to the Falcons. I'll be on them, even though I don't want to, but I'll take the Falcons here. Otherwise, yeah, I absolutely love Green Bay here in this spot. I mean, just look at down the line. I mean, love 15 touchdowns compared to 9 for Trevor Lawrence. It's just been not that same Jags team. We look at the offensive efficiency here. Jaguars, my scale goes up to 100, right? So the higher, the better. 64.6% when it comes to offensive and defensive efficiencies. And the Jaguars sitting at 39. So that is not so good, not so good. And also something else I like for the Packers. I've noticed these numbers. Third down conversions, 54%. Fourth down conversions, 50%. Red zone conversions, 54%. I like all those numbers. Give me Green Bay in that one. Tennessee, not touching it.
Right? Right? It's like
This is the week they win straight up. Watch.
probably.
It's like so I have the game written down, and then I have like what I like, and it's blank. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'll let Rod. You do it.
It's you look at it, there's some angles there to bet Tennessee that say you look at
a couple touchdowns, yeah.
Road interconference teams, 22-12 this season, ATS against that number. So you're looking there. That's Tennessee plus the 11.5 there in that one. On an angle that's hitting a 63% this season as well. So it's like there's plenty of spots there that. So I would lean
home favorites 3-15.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Big spread, like they just don't happen that often that you cover this in the NFL, right?
Yeah, they just leaves yourself wide open for that useless touchdown that the defense is like, go away, and then Tennessee gets it just because, right? So I would lean to Tennessee plus the 11.5 in that one. Looking at Atlanta taking on Tampa Bay, I like the under in that game with a lean to Atlanta. As we know, Tampa Bay's offense definitely not going to be high shooting, highfalutin, scoring 40-something in this one. Against Atlanta. We know Atlanta's defense could give that up, but there's just not enough pieces on offense for Tampa. So that defense is going to have to step up and take the brunt of the load and try to slow up this Atlanta team. And I think they do slow up Atlanta, keep this a close game. That's why the book still has it at -2.5. They still think this game comes right down to the wire. Otherwise, we would be seeing like we see in Green Bay and Jacksonville, -4, -5 in spots. That's why I have this line at. So I would have to lean to Atlanta, lay the points there and that one, but I like the unders to play there. And then Green Bay taking on Jacksonville, just as Ron said, it's like, yikes. Jacksonville's been in over in London for the last 2 weeks. It's not like they just went over and played a game and come back like most teams. They've been stuck over there for 2 weeks, having to be over in London. And now coming back, you just got to acclimatize to their time there. And now you have to come back to this one. Also, there's an angle where it's NFC on the road versus the AFC. 75%, 8-2-2 is the NFC on the road covering spreads. I think this is a spot where Green Bay wins by 7+. Give me the Green Bay Packers in that one. I think they beat up on Jacksonville. All right, on the next segment, we got the Colts taking on Houston. Houston -5, total 45.5 in that one. Baltimore heading to Cleveland, taking on the Browns. Baltimore 8.5-point favorites in that one. And Buffalo -3 heading into Seattle, total 47 in that one. What do you think there, Ron?
Yeah, it's tough to travel after a Monday night, but I'm all over the Ravens here. I think they just destroy the Browns. I know everybody's like, well, it's going to be Jameis and his crab legs going for this one, but yeah, let me tell you, Baltimore's going to roll here. I don't think any problems there. Another one, the Buffalo Bills. I love the Bills. I think they're getting fired up. They got it going. They got Amari Cooper on the field now. And once again, the Seahawks just you never can figure them out. They go on the road, they upset Atlanta, but they come home and just get smacked by everybody else. It's just unbelievable how the Seahawks are at home. They used to be such a dominant force, years ago at Seattle. Pete Carroll didn't lose. Love Buffalo in that spot.
What do you think about these three there, Mindy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing these pretty similarly. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Buffalo. It's pretty crazy to see Geno up there with his 1,985 passing yards. And then right next to it is those big touchdown numbers that's put up by Allen again this season. I mean, he continues just to get it done, to find ways. And I think him and Amari Cooper is just going to go ahead and get better and better and better. One of those two right now, 4-0 on the road for this Buffalo team against the spread. So I like that. And then let's go ahead and go to Baltimore. Yeah, Baltimore wins by what, like 28, something like that. I mean, I think this is going to be a huge blowout here in this one. I mean, everything that I look at, Baltimore, they like to blitz those, conversions on 3rd and 4th down in the red zone. They're not going to be in line with Cleveland. You take a look what those position players are doing, right? Here, Henry seems to just get stronger and stronger and stronger. And I like the Ravens that they kind of play till ding da dong, right? All through the game. And that's kind of impressed me also. So I do like Baltimore to win big. And then I think I'm going to go ahead, though. I'll be on Houston for that Colts-Texans game. Again, this one comes down to what is happening defensively for this Texans team. 15 touchdowns defensively this season, only allowing 599 yards after catch. If you look at what or what the Colts are doing on the opposite side of that, it's 853 yards. So it's pretty crazy. Blitz percentage is way up there for the Texans at 28%. So I like what's going on there right now, too. If I take a look at some of these power rankings that are put out, Houston Texans sitting in like number 2 with whoever comes up with those kind of fun scales. So I'll go ahead and take the Texans there at home.
And for me in these ones, I agree. I'm going to take the Texans at home here in that one as well. Colts definitely dealing with health issues, both sides of the ball there in that one. I think Houston at home, I think the hometown crowd goes happy. At 5 is one of those weird numbers, but I think the Texans win by 7+. So I'll lay it with the Texans in that one. And then why is Buffalo only -3? It's just there's that weird number because you're coming into Seattle. And Seattle used to be a scary place to come play for teams. It doesn't seem like as scary a place to come play for teams as it used to be. So for me here in this one, it's just continue riding the trend of road favorites. 25-12 ATS this season, or over the last 90 days, anyways. 25-12 hitting at 67% of road favorites. So. I look at the line and I was like, it's kind of looking going, is that low-hanging fruit or what's going on here? Something seems a little fishy to me, but I'm still going to lay with Buffalo. I think they are the better team in that one and get the win there. But I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to, in the other one, taking Baltimore and Cleveland. I think it's too many points. It's one of those spots. Baltimore was all pumped last week and scored a whole lot. And then they come in here to Cleveland and it's one of those divisional rivals, battle game. It's always close and tough. No, all you need is Jameson Winston to do just enough. He can get that last second. We can see Baltimore. What did they do? They took their foot off the gas. Washington came roaring back and made it a 7-point game. Browns could do the same thing. Baltimore's notorious for playing down to their opponent as well in games. So for me, I'm going to take the plus 8.5 there at that one. It just seems it's a spot where the road favorites and they should kick butt, but it just seems one of those spots where all of a sudden the last second field goal or something silly. It's like they're down by 10 and then you're like, you got to kick the field goal. And then they kick the field goal and make it a 7-point win for Baltimore. And they missed the onside kick and Baltimore wins by 7.
One of those. Yep.
One of those
many times.
Yeah. We've all seen those.
Like every week. Yeah. Right.
Why not go for the touchdown? Well, he needs 2 scores.
Damn. The analytics say we only have 48 seconds left and we must kick the field goal now. And that way that'll leave us 38 seconds. So even though it's first and goal on the 4, we got to kick the field goal first.
Right.
It's just one of those things.
Yep.
All right, on to the next section of games here. We'll go with New Orleans heading to LA, taking on the Chargers. Chargers favored 7.5 in that one. Chicago heading into Washington. Chicago favored -2.5 in that one. And Carolina heading to Mile High, taking on Denver. Denver favored by 10 in that one. Total 41.5. What do you think in these ones, Ron?
Yeah, once again, you got that system that's 3-15. Yeah, against the Chargers and also against the Denver Broncos. And I don't like either one of them. But I will tell you right now, if one of them does, I didn't like what I saw from the Chargers. I don't know what's going on with that team. Harbaugh is doing his best. And I saw there was a lot of flags in that game that went against the Chargers. They got, Arizona in the field goal range to win it. But I would look at the Saints, actually, definitely as a dog there. And I'm not messing with Carolina. I'm done with them. Nope. They got no defense. They got no offense. And now you're going to bring back Bryce Young? Nope, not a chance. So not messing with Denver or Carolina in that one. What was the other one you had, Rod?
And the other one we had the Bears in heading to Washington.
Yep, Bears coming back from Europe. Yep, there's another one right there. And you're telling me the Commanders, they can just plug and play. I mean, they got a great offense with the running and the receiving, and you got Mariota, who's been a starter in the league for a while. So, it's not like you're bringing in a Drew Lock to play quarterback here. So, Shout out Lee Summit High School, by the way. And you know, I love the Commanders. I don't know why they're dogs. I mean, what are we thinking? That if Jaden's in there, are they like what 6-point favorites over the Bears? I don't know. Just because the Bears are what 4-2, 5-2 now. I like Washington in this one.
What do you think about these ones, Mindy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to agree. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the Saints in this spot. If I had to go ahead and pick, it's very similar to that, right? I mean, the Saints, I do feel like they have more weapons. They're just not really taking advantage of those right now because of those injuries. I still think Kamara may have a better game than what he was last time. So I think they're going to have to lean on him a little bit more to get going. But geez, you don't really see much for scoring. You don't really see much of anything going on here with these two teams as well. So I mean, I think it just stays close no matter how you look at it. Agree there with the Washington Commanders. I don't think it matters who it is. I still feel like we have more talent in the running game when we side with the Commanders. I kind of feel like we're looking maybe if we're looking at Moore versus McLaurin, I like McLaurin better. I just kind of feel like we have more weapons with the Commanders overall. Again, no matter who that quarterback is. I also like that what the Commanders do on defense. They hurry at about 11%. They blitz at about 29%. There is that efficiency, right? 78% for Washington, only 41 for Chicago. So again, I feel like there's a couple mismatches there that will put that in the favor of the Commanders. And then Carolina and Denver, man, just such a messy, low-scoring game, I feel like. So I'll probably just still go to the under on that one. Yucky.
Right. And for me, in these ones here in this spot, I'm looking at the Bears. I'm favored for a reason. It's road favorites. That same angle that I said, 25-12 over the last 90 days are road favorites, and that's the Bears. And you look injury wise, the Bears are the healthier of the two squads. Offensively, very healthy on the Bears side, dealing with just one guy on the offensive line, and he's just questionable. And Tavane Jenkins in that one, offensive guard. He is available, but most likely they sit him. So one guy on the Bears offense, and the Bears have been able to move the ball. Washington's dealing with injuries on offense and defense. So I'm going to go with the Bears in that one. And New Orleans taking on the Chargers. You know what? It's at 40.5. I'm going to take the over here in this one. I think the Saints will be able to put up some points on this Chargers defense. We've seen what the Chargers defense did last week. And it wasn't enough offensively. They drove down the field and moved the ball, but they got to punch the ball into the end zone, and I think they do that this week. They punch the ball into the end zone and not score 5 field goals. I think some of those field goals turn into touchdowns this week, and we get over the 40.5 because I know everybody's going to be jumping on the Chargers under. It's just that spot that everybody's like, Chargers under, and it was way too low last time. It was like 37, 38, and everybody got burnt on it, and me included, because I think it was on the 38, 39, and it went over. So, yeah. I'm not getting
Chargers in the over myself. Burn on that one.
Yeah. So, give me the over 40.5 in that one. And then you look at Carolina, and we've seen the Bryce Young picture show. Maybe we haven't seen him since he's taken being able to sit down, sit on the sides, maybe take it all in. Take a little bit of look at things, the way things are going, and it's not pretty. It's not pretty defensively. So at least before when he was in there, at least his defense was hanging around and keeping him in games. Defense was hanging around or keeping him in games. 1-6 ATS, and I got to come to Mile High. The only problem is laying 10 with Denver is a tough ask as well. So I'm going to take the under 41.5 in Denver. I think we got a lower scoring one. I don't think Carolina chips in enough offensively to get us up and over the total in this one. So
no faith,
no faith in that one. No faith in that one. I just don't think they can. Not with Bryce Young. We'll take Bryce Young to throw an INT as well.
There you go. That's more like it.
That's normally what Bryce Young does. INTs. All right, on to the last three games here. Three big games. Mind you, come save the best three for last.
Right.
Kicking it off Sunday afternoon. Kansas City taking on the Las Vegas Raiders in that one. Kansas City favored 9.5. Dallas heading to San Francisco. San Francisco favored by 4 in that one over Dallas. Man, weird line there too. In the Sunday night action. And then we got the Monday nighter, New York Giants heading to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh favored by 6 in that one, total 36.5. What do you think of these ones, Ron?
Do we have to watch a New York Jets or Giants team on prime time ever again this year? It's just getting old. But
you got like 8 of them on the schedule, I think.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I mean, I get it with the Jets because of Aaron Rodgers, but God, watching this Giants team is like watching paint dry. Give me the under in Monday night's game, definitely. I do lean Pittsburgh, but I think it might be too many points, but we'll see what happens. As you have Drew Lock struts out there and does his stuff because Daniel Jones is not the answer, Mr. Dayball. So do something about that quick. All right. For the Chiefs, let's go, Mindy.
All right.
You know, in the offseason, the Raiders were making little videos about Kermit the Frog and making fun of Pat Mahomes. Normally, on the road, I would not take the Chiefs on a -9 or 10, but they're going to blast the Raiders. And they love playing in Las Vegas. They won their Super Bowl there last year. They're going to go in there, and they're going to dominate that game. Just like a couple years ago, like Christmas Eve, I think it was, we were out there and won like 35-10 or something. It was ridiculous. Yes, they love playing in Vegas, and this is some payback for Mahomes. And I don't know if we're going to have DeAndre yet. He's questionable. I don't know if he's officially a member of the Chiefs yet, but I know he's going to be very soon. But that Raiders offense is just, there's nothing there. There is nothing in that cupboard at all. White might run, but no, you cannot run against the Kansas City defense. That front, I don't know where the points come from, unless this is a little Vegas fix going on here. The Raiders should not hang in this game at all.
Hopkins going to play as per Andy Reid already earlier today stated.
Okay, well, that's good.
Andrew Reid's revealed
D-Hop's in there.
DeAndre Hopkins will play in Week 8.
Yeah, but I'm loving Kareem Hunt. Anytime touchdown, make sure you get that. He's back in Kansas City. He's very comfortable where he was before. Give me an anytime touchdown with Kareem Hunt there. Sunday night, man, is there a World Series game on Sunday night? Because I'll be watching it. I know it's the 49ers Dallas, and it's like, Montana to Rice, it's all those back in the day, with John Madden and Pat Summerall, and boy, it's just these teams are bad. And I think it's because the 49ers are kind of under injury bug, but man, honestly, Dallas, when they go out there, they make a showing. And, they've had a long time to think about that 47-9 loss to the Detroit Lions. I'll take the Cowboys plus the 4.
And what do you think here in these ones, Mindy?
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree, right? I'll probably lean Cowboys, but the better play, I think, in this one is to go over that total. I think it's going to be one of these fun ones to watch, especially if you like fantasy football. I think there's going to be a lot of scoring. I mean, the difference here is Dak Prescott, 6 interceptions, Brock Purdy, 7 interceptions. For me, that leaves a lot of defensive scoring perhaps on the table. Someone might run something back. It's going to get that total, I think, over quick. That's what we need, some fast scores. And I think these are the guys to go ahead and do that. And then talking about interceptions, you still got Mr. Pat Mahomes over there with 8 this season. And so does Minshew or whoever else that they might play. I'm glad that Ron has a lot of faith in the KC Chiefs in this one. I do not. They usually do not cover any sort of big spread like this, but I hope it is because, they are angry. But for me, I'm still going to go ahead and be under that total. That's where I'm going to sit. Man, everyone's been a lot of sloppy, and I don't mean sloppy that we can score like in this Cowboys game. I mean sloppy like we can't score at all. I mean, if you look at some of these third down efficiencies, red zone and all that kind of stuff, they're horrible. 31% versus 30%. on third down. This is so not Chiefs-like. But I do like that they do have Hunt, maybe get that running game back going. Not sure Steele was the answer there. So I'm going to go ahead and go under.
I've always said he's a fumble risk. I think Steele is a fumble risk.
Yeah, I mean, he did okay until he fumbled, right? And then Andy Reid was like, nope, we need someone else. And then for Giants.
I have a Desmond Ridder sighting there for Oakland.
Yeah. That's right. He got signed, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then you got this Giants-Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, I feel like if Pittsburgh put a whooping up on the Jets, I think they're going to do it again to the Giants. I hate this game. So I wish I could watch something else. The end. I'm all done. I mean, I really honestly hate like these primetime games for it to be the Browns, the Ravens, or the Steelers, because I feel like there's like zip for scoring. No excitement, no fun for Mindy to watch.
Well, I'm going to get, here we go. Let the fun begin.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Fun begin. I'm going to kick it off with Kansas City, taking on Vegas, and 9.5 in one of these divisional games. I've always seen these two teams battle, and it's never a blowout. 27-24, and there's a kick for somebody to finish it off and get the win. So, Minshew at quarterback, he's played at the start of the season with Minshew, and then who's still on defense? Hey, it's Mindy's favorite guy in Crosby. He's still there on the defense, and he's still going to go running after Mahomes and make him have to throw the ball and pressure him all day long is what he's going to do with that one.
Heck yeah.
And so I'm going to take the Vegas Raiders plus the 9.5. I think the Chiefs win it, but you've looked at this number when the Chiefs lay this kind of number on this streak that they've been rolling on. They haven't been good. They win by 4, 5, 6 points at best. Not 9.5. I'm not laying 9.5 with the Chiefs. Cannot do it. I will lean to the Vegas plus the points there. I think Minshew can do enough with what he's got left in the cupboard to be able to move the ball down the field and keep it away from Mahomes. That's what you do. And then you got Crosby chasing Mahomes all day. So I like Vegas there. But defense can come up with a pick, too, and a stop. Because as Mindy mentioned, Mahomes, he's got 8 picks already this season. So he can definitely turn the ball over and keep that one close. And you know what? This is one of those games. And then I'm going to look at the other one, the Sunday nighter. We got Dallas heading into San Francisco. And this is a spot that Dallas can kick the crap out of San Francisco. The wrong team's favored in this one. The 49ers are beat up. And then this will be the first time that Dallas they're chomping at the bit. We know what we've seen from Dallas. They just got whooped by Detroit, right? Now they've had this whole week off to prepare, get ready for this. Beating the 49ers, which they haven't done in a while. I'm taking Dallas outright. I think they come into San Francisco and win outright. Give me the Dallas 49ers on the money line and that one in San Francisco. And then the Monday nighter is one of those boring ones, going to bore everybody to sleep because everybody's going to see what the Pittsburgh Steelers did last week. And they're going to think the Steelers can run it up again. Not here in this one against the Giants because the Giants are the healthier team in this one. Reason why it's 6. Giants outright the Steelers here on Monday night. Sorry, Jorge, your team's going to lose here on Monday night. I like Daniel Jones to keep his job and come into this one and outright the Steelers here on Monday night. Just one of those spots. NFC versus AFC. I believe that angle's been pretty good for the NFC on the road. 8-2-2 over the last 90 days. NFC on the road. Give me that outright win there in that one.
All right.
Steelers and me.
Dayball's a good guy on the underdog too. He went into Seattle and whipped them. So yeah,
they were staying tough with the Bengals there for a long time.
Yeah, gotta go with it. I gotta go with those dogs there. I think we're gonna see some dogs this week in the NFL come in this one. So what do you got? Just before we head out, hey Ron, let everybody know what you got going this week and how you've been doing at the NFL. What you got going this weekend over at Tony'sPicks.com.
Yeah, NFL we're about 58%. Took 2 losses on Monday after a nice 4-1 day on Sunday, but took 2 losses, both of those. I had I had the Bucks plus the 3.5, and had the Chargers on the money line. Took 2 losses that night, but look to get back at it this Sunday, definitely.
And how about you, Mindy? What do you got going over?
Well, geez, it looks like I'm going to be in heavy for this Sunday card. I already have like 10 plays written down, circled, ready to go, getting entered into the system. So you can go ahead and ride along with me. Been having a great week or a great NFL season, about 1,100 units plus on those money line plays when I just have to pick the outright winner, 16-0 so far this season. So go ahead and ride along there. Also catch my videos. I'll be having some more out there for some more free picks in college football and in the NFL.
And for me this week over at Tony's Picks, hey, NFL's been treating me good over the last month. 31-17 run over the last month. I cannot complain. And I was with Ron. I still lost those two this week as well. So 31-15. If I didn't lose those two, and the Chargers. Right?
They should have won that game.
Yeah, exactly. But so normally I got anywhere from 5 to 7 plays in the NFL on the given weekend. So definitely jump aboard. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional. I'm right on Mindy's. I'm 4th. At capper, I believe Mindy's 3rd, so right behind her.
Look out!
So pair me and Mindy up, and you'll have a great weekend in the NFL. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate it, and everybody that tunes in these videos. Make sure you subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. Hey, let us know what you think about this video, and hey, who's your favorite in the comments section below. Till we do this again. It was great to do it, and I think we'll continue doing this every week. So we'll see everybody next week, week 9 in the NFL. Let's get those winners. Have yourself a good one, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.